Dragons Live, presented by Form Communications.
Hello everyone, I'm John Webby Webking alongside Alexis Kennedy, and welcome to Dragons Live. We've got a great show for you today with recaps, interviews, and behind the scenes access you can only get right here.
Last show we looked ahead at the winter season. Today we're starting by looking back at the fall, specifically Dragons football, who finished their season mid-November. To recap their year for you, here's head coach Steve Lockway.
Do us a favor and recap the season for us.
Well, I think coming into the season, definitely there were some high expectations from ourselves and I think from the outside on our program, and deservedly so. I think we've shown that we've had a steady rise and kind of climbed out of the cellar of the NSIC. And I think things that we look at and learn from over the year is, hey, that initial climb we made, but as you get higher and higher, the journey gets tougher and tougher. There becomes more pressure that comes with expectations, pressure that comes with success and repeating that. And so I think that was a big eye-opener for our players, and I think that's something that we adapted to, and certainly we're going to need to continue to grow into as our program continues to move forward. And so not the season that we probably wanted, but at the end of the day, there's some great learning experiences that will ultimately keep this program as a whole climbing and moving forward.
What are some highlights from the year? I know the record isn't quite what you anticipated it being from the preseason expectations, but what are some of those moments that stick out in your mind throughout this season?
Well, I think just there was a lot of good football played as far as you can see the highs. You know, obviously there are some lows, but the high football, there's the level of play that we're playing when we are on point is as good as it's been around here in you know, at least the last 10, 15 years. And so I think that's encouraging. Certainly there was a lot of excitement by NFL teams coming through, watching Damon at practice, watching him at games. We had darn near every team come through, multiple teams come through multiple times. And so I think, you know, as we go into the off season, the chance of him getting his name called on draft day and seeing, you know, MSUM up on that screen nationally, I think is exciting. Hopefully it works out for him, just following through his pro day and through whatever journey that might take him on. I think as far as football program, that's exciting to see.
We're losing a group of seniors, so there's some holes personnel-wise. Talk about some of the biggest areas that you've looked to improve on in this offseason with recruiting.
Yeah, I think in general we need to just expand the depth on our football team. You look at as our program has grown, we've grown offensively, we've grown defensively. You know, to take the next step, you've got to be able to have enough depth. And so that's not just, you know, on offense and defense, it's special teams. And I think you could see some young players playing on special teams gave us more depth than we've had in the past, but yet they're young players playing. And so I think we need to continue that cycle. We've built a solid foundation in our program. Now it's to build that. I think specifically the back end defensively, corners, safeties, those are guys that we're going to need to focus on in recruiting. We need to kind of grow the athleticism within our program. We've got some guys coming up in the next coming senior class. They're going to be upperclassmen that we're going to have to make sure we have the next guys waiting in the wings and ready to take over and move the program forward again. And
one big personnel question is we've had Hodge and Carr at the helm at the quarterback position for a long time. Now Carr is graduating. Is it Tsunami who's going to be taking that spot for sure, or what do we know about the quarterback position next year?
Well, I think quarterback's always a place that everybody looks at, and rightfully so. Certainly the guy pulling the trigger on your offense has to be really competent. They have to be a good football player in order to make our offense go. And if you look at what we've done over the course of the last 5 years, we've been pretty explosive offensively. And so definitely all eyes will be on that. I think Jacob came in and did a great job as a true freshman. Certainly we expect him to grow a lot in the offseason. He got good game reps, certainly produced. And then you have Bryce Meal coming back off ACL injury, and so he's rehabbed that faster than anyone that our trainers ever seen. And so I think looking at spring, summer, and fall, that'll certainly be all eyes on that. But if you look at how it goes, we're gonna need both guys. That's part of football. There's gonna be a game, someone's gonna have to step in, whether it's injury or whatever. And so traditionally we've done a good job getting those quarterbacks ready and playing good football. And so hopefully we get both of them ready, and we'll see the best one will take it. And hopefully we got some up and coming young guys and new recruits that are ready to take over when their number's called as well too.
And finally, I know we talk a lot about the personnel, the wins and losses, but the intangible behind the scenes that doesn't get talked about a lot is the culture. You've now been here for this is your 7th season. Tell us a little bit about how the program culturally has developed in that time from the beginning to now.
Well, I think in general we've started to lay, our fingerprint and our stamp on not just the type of player on the field that we're looking for, but the type of person that we want in our program, in our weight room, in our building, on our campus, in our community. And so we've really, I think, done a really great job of finding players that come here that really care truly about doing what's right on and off the field. They're find a way, gritty type guys. They really want to just keep getting better, and they're great teammates. And those are a point of emphasis, I think, as we go through this offseason. We'll continue to develop that. But we'll challenge our guys in the offseason. It's hard work to be a college football player. It's hard work to be part of this program because you do have to hold yourself to a high standard on and off the field. And you know what? We're going to push you in the weight room. And so we're going to challenge you to the point where you might want to quit. But you know what? You're going to stick it out, and you're going to grow closer as a team. And I think that's something that is a point of emphasis for us. How do we grow as a team? How do we create adversity that we can overcome through training that grows us closer to a team, eliminates egos, and allows us to be truly a united front with one heartbeat moving forward going into next fall?
Thank you, Coach. I'm thankful for your interview, and it's that time of year, right? So let's hear what some of our Dragons are thankful for this holiday season.
I'm thankful for a brand new swimming pool in West Fargo that we can host 3 meets in this season.
I'm thankful for a great boss and a great student staff to work with.
I am thankful for friends, family, and good health.
I'm thankful for being a Dragon again. Wait, what are you doing?
I am thankful for my friends and family.
I'm thankful for my dog, Berkeley.
I'm thankful for my family, without a doubt, my health, my job, and all of my colleagues and student athletes.
I'm thankful for my wife, Laura, my 2 wonderful kids, and cooking me a great Thanksgiving meal.
I'm thankful for the wonderful team that we have and the people that they are.
I'm thankful for my 4 wonderful kids most of the time, and my wonderful wife all the time. See, that's a guy that's been married for 20 years.
I am thankful for family.
What do I say?
I'm thankful for.
Okay. I'm thankful for having some really great kids and getting to coach the sport that I love every day.
I am thankful for time with my family over the holiday.
I am thankful for student athletes. Without them, I would not have a job.
Stay with us here on Dragons Live. We've got a lot of great show left with the police and firefighter clash and a peek at injury recovery with athletic training. All that coming up next.
Another day. And just like every day, it never seems to slow down. But you have a plan. Grab a cup, grab the paper, and grab a little time. Just for you. It's worth it. Don't get the paper? Just grab the phone. Call now and save up to 60% off the newsstand price. Journalists, bringing the story home every day.
You always do this. You had a couple of pops in you and got cocky. Who's up for a game of wing roulette, you said? Because you thought it'd be funny to watch one of your friends get stuck with the hot one. But your friends, they got teriyaki, then spicy garlic, and then Asian zing. And now you're looking at the last one and you're thinking, my God, what have I done?
The mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a fire to be kindled. There's a place where teaching and learning are transforming lives, where relationships drive deeper, more meaningful exploration and discovery based on mutual respect and trust, where you'll discover who you are and what you can achieve when you head out into the world to make it better. Life is more than a journey. It is a chance to transform.
Welcome back to Dragons Live. The journey from injury to game day is different for everyone. We wanted to take a closer look at what it takes to get back in the game. I talked with MSUM's head athletic trainer, Andy Scott. Take a look.
Injuries are common among college athletes, but it's the trainers and staff behind them that help them return to the game that they love.
Day-to-day is pretty much filled with, in the beginning of the day, meeting with student athletes, looking at their injuries, maybe helping them do their rehab. And then in the afternoons, we are doing those same things, but also preparing for practices and attending practices and games or competitions. During the game, you have specific, sport-specific tasks that you'll have them try to perform. So whether it's running, sprinting, running backwards, doing side-to-side movements, jumping, pivoting, things like that. And if they're able to do those things, then they're going to be able to go back in.
I also caught up with a couple athletes here at MSUM that shared their story of recovering from an injury and what they do on a day-to-day basis to get back to playing.
I'm Bryce Meal. I'm a redshirt sophomore and I tore my ACL. Every day I'm either going to the training room here or over to the Sanford Power Center. Here I do more band stuff. I do non-weight bearing stuff mostly. I still do workouts with the guys twice a week and I go to meetings every day. I go out to practice, watch the guys do drills, try to help them out on the field. I try to do what's right and help the team out in any way I can. Just stay positive, give that mindset to everybody else.
My name is Peyton Gaber, and I'm a sophomore, and I tore my labrum last year playing softball and had labrum surgery. I do a lot of exercises for like strengthening of my rotator cuff, stability, so like planks, rows, stuff for like range of motion, like stretching and everything. I have to do a lot of ab stuff and leg stuff so that I don't lose that strength as well. For people that have been injured, they know it's hard to be part of a team and not be able to do the stuff that they do with them. So a lot of times it's like, it's challenging definitely mentally to feel like you're not part of the team, but like being here at MSUM on this team, I haven't felt that way. You learn that you take a lot of things for granted. So like today I was released to hit and I haven't hit a ball in 6 months. So it's like, I appreciate it a lot more. I appreciate the things like the experiences that I have with my teammates, just everything about it, just how much fun it is, because sitting out is just hard.
Mostly it's great to see the student athlete being able to participate again and to see that they're able to do what they love to do, because athletes at this level are obviously very connected to their sport and it's part of who they are. And so that's the best thing about it, is to see their joy in being able to return to play.
Now we need a hero. How about a court full? During our men's basketball exhibition game against Concordia College, we themed a Moorhead versus Moorhead night with the Moorhead Fire Department playing a pickup basketball game against the Moorhead Police Department.
Not only did we have a good time facing each other, but a hero among a hero sent everyone home with a memory and some food. Check it out.
It's a long-standing tradition that MSUM and Concordia College play one men's basketball game against each other every year at alternating locations. This year, the game was at Nemzik Fieldhouse, but there was more than just the Dragons versus the Cobbers playing that night. The Moorhead Police Department and Moorhead Fire Departments played a pickup basketball game at halftime, making it a true Moorhead versus Moorhead night. The Battle of the Badge halftime game featured some hijinks like crime scene tape and some handcuffs apparently. Leave it to law enforcement to bend the rules. At the end, the police department took the win in the first Battle of the Badge title, which I'm sure is worth some bragging rights at their favorite donut shops. The real winner was the fans in attendance that night, as the game's MVP, Officer Adam Jensen, drills this second attempt at the Buffalo Wild Wings half-court hero shot, and everyone in attendance took home free beat-ups. An actual hero making the half-court hero shot. Couldn't script it any better. Congratulations to the Moorhead Police Department, and thank you to the Moorhead firefighters. And don't we all sleep a little better at night knowing these brave men and women obviously forego basketball practice and instead protect our community. Joking aside, thank you to all those in both red and blue and their families for all that they do for us. From all of us at MSUM, thank you to every first responder for keeping our community safe and risking your own safety in the process. We appreciate your service and call you all heroes. Don't go anywhere, more Dragons Live coming right up.
Recaps, Doug's Desk, and our swimming and diving teammate game are all coming up next.
Prosperity is today's investment in tomorrow's promise. The promise of a better way of life. With every act of kindness, every act of creation, and with every act of love, we strengthen our community. And when we stand together as a community, we accomplish the impossible. We can choose to pass through life, or we can choose to pass on a better way of life.
Have you ever bought the wrong car? Over half of all used car purchases end in regret. Wrong car, wrong terms and conditions, unexpected problems. You know what I'm talking about. Why put yourself through it? At Valley Pre-Owned, you can't buy the wrong car. We guarantee it. That's right, we guarantee it. Stop down today, learn more about our free 730 guarantee. It'll make your next used car purchase the best car buying experience you've ever had. And you might even have some fun at Valley Pre-Owned.
It's a new stay at the Courtyard by Marriott, located just minutes from downtown Fargo, local colleges, shopping centers, and several restaurants. The Courtyard features a 24-hour fitness center, 24-hour on-site Starbucks, and our bistro restaurant and lounge open for breakfast and dinner daily. Relax in one of our 2 indoor swimming pools and hot tub. The comfort your family needs close to all the action at the Courtyard by Marriott. Visit our website or call 218-284-1000. That's 218-284-1000.
Welcome back to Dragons Live. It's time for our Courtyard by Marriott Athletes of the Week since our last show. Starting with October 22nd, football's Hunter Broughton and volleyball's Tyan Caspers.
October 31st, football's Jake Bussey and swimmer Letitia Rodavallo.
On November 5th, cross country takes both with Josh Young and Catherine Sistrunk.
November 12th, swimmer Taylor Bynan and wrestler Adam Blees.
And those are your Courtyard by Marriott Athletes of the Week.
Time to get you caught up with all the action in Dragonland over the last month. It's a lot since we had fall and winter to recap, so let's get started with soccer, who had their final 2 games at the end of October. They lost to UMary 2-1 on senior day at home, then took a tough Minot State squad to overtime, but fell 1-0. In Coach Kopit's second season with the team, their record finished 1-13-3.
Volleyball had the win of the year at the end of October, taking down number 4 ranked Minnesota Duluth, as Kaylin Jenkins heads up packing with one of her 12 kills on the night. After losing to St. Cloud, the next night they would head on the road for the next 3 matches, losing to number 7 Northern State, Minnesota State, and number 1 Concordia St. Paul. They finished off the season at home with losses to number 15 Winona State and Upper Iowa. Volleyball finished the season with a 9-19 record, 4-16 in NSIC.
Football finished October at home against UMary as Jacob Tsunani is doing it all, running for 114 yards and 2 touchdowns, as well as passing for 205 yards and 2 touchdowns, giving the Dragons the 51-19 win. They would extend their winning streak to 3 games with a win in the snow the next week at Minot State 22-16, setting up a very important battle for the axe with Bemidji State in the season finale at Nemzik. But Jordan Hind and the Beavers' defensive line proved to be too much for the Dragons, taking the axe 45-14. Football ended 2017 at 5-6.
Cross country was at the NCAA Central Region Championships at the beginning of November. The women placed 21st, led by Catherine Sistrunk. The men placed 12th, led by Josh Young, who finished in 5th place. That 5th place finish for Young qualified him for the national meet in Evansville, Indiana, where Young finished 33rd and received All-American honors.
To winter sports, swimming and diving finished out October on the road with wins at Sioux Falls and Augustana. At the St. Thomas Invite, the Dragons finished 4th, led by Taylor Bynan, who took 1st in 3 events. Swim and Dive has 1 home event left before winter break. They will be hosting the Dragon Cobber Invite at the brand new Olympic-sized pool at the Hulbert Aquatic Center in West Fargo this Friday and Saturday.
Wrestling opened their season at Northland Community and Technical College, winning 52-0. At the Bison Open, the Dragons had 6 top 5 finishers, led by freshman Evan Foster at 197, who finished 3rd. Wrestling hosted the Cobbers on the 14th, where Preston Lehman and Cole Jones picked up the pins for the Dragons. But Concordia was more aggressive, taking the duel 22-18. At the UNK Holiday Inn Open, the Dragons had 4 wrestlers finish with a 5-1 record. Wrestling hosts the Dragon Open on Saturday in Nemzik. They are at Augsburg on the 7th, and then the Midwest Classic in Indianapolis before winter break.
Women's basketball opened their regular season against number 21 ranked Michigan Tech at home, falling 66-53. They bounced back against Northern Michigan later that week, winning 74-63. On the road over Thanksgiving weekend in Tampa, Florida, jealous, the women doubled up, beating Anderson University and Nyack College.
The Dragon men started their season in Texas at the Region Challenge, where they lost to Henderson State and Southern Arkansas. Hosting the Microtel Classic, the men came away with a victory on opening night against Northern Michigan and took down the Michigan Tech Huskies on day 2, winning 89-82 in overtime. The past weekend, they were in Missouri and took on Drury and William Jewell, but lost both games. Both the men and women start conference play this weekend with games at U-Mary and Minot before their home opener on the 8th against Crookston and the 9th versus Bemidji. Catch those home games right here on WDAY's Extra.
Time now for our teammate game, where making your opponent laugh means you win. Let's check out how swimming and diving did in the Papa John's teammate game.
What did the buffalo say to his son when he left for college? Bye, son.
All right, my turn. Why did the Scarecrow win an award?
Why?
Because he was outstanding in his field.
Why was the stadium so cold? Because there was a lot of fans.
I hate jokes about German sausages. They're the worst.
What's a duck's favorite dip? Guacamole. I can't.
Does that count?
Sorry, am I supposed to stay? Yeah.
What did the ocean say to the shore? Nothing, it just waved.
Where do animals go when their tails fall off? The retail store.
What happened to the cow that jumped over the barbed wire fence? Utter destruction.
What time did the man go to the dentist? Tooth hurty.
Can a kangaroo jump higher than a house? Of course, a house can't jump.
I actually don't get that one. Did you know the first French fry wasn't actually cooked in France? They were cooked in Greece.
Yes! Got her!
Yes. What do prisoners use to call each other? Cell phones.
Why did the coffee file a police report? Because it got mugged.
Don't go anywhere. We've got Doug's Desk and our Dragons Live Top 5 coming up after the break.
Mr. Goldman loved his family a lot, didn't he, Dad?
He sure did.
That's why he had State Farm life insurance, like you. So his family never has to worry, right?
Mr. Goldman didn't have life insurance.
Why not?
He's just a goldfish.
Ignore him.
Call State Farm agent David Eggers in Moorhead today so your family won't have to worry about whether you have life insurance.
We put the life back in life insurance.
New from the MSUM Dragons is the Fired Up Fan Zone Rewards app. Check in, earn points, and get prizes. Search MSUM in your app store to download it now, and you can join the game day fun with the Fan Cam. Check your ranking on the leaderboard and use your points to buy exclusive prizes for our Fired Up fans only. Get the Fired Up Fan Zone Rewards app powered by Valley Imports, available now in the App Store and Google Play.
Exceeding expectations. Getting better every day. It doesn't happen by chance. Preparation pays off. So the only question to ask yourself is, am I better today than I was yesterday? Exceed yesterday. Choose Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Get fired up for the new Shop MSUMDragons.com, the official online store of Dragon Athletics, featuring top brands like Under Armour, Adidas, Columbia, and more. Get gear in women's, youth, toddler, and infant sizes, perfect for all of our Dragon fans. Support your favorite Dragon team with Select a Logo. Anything custom ships in 72 hours. And take your tailgating to the next level with items like bleacher chairs, tailgate tents, and lawn chairs. Get the gear and support your team with profits going directly to Dragon Athletics from Shop MSUMDragons.com.
Welcome back to Dragons Live. Our athletics director, Doug Peters, is always fired up about something. Let's see what he's working on this week in Doug's desk.
Hey, I'm Doug Peters and I'm fired up. You're joining me for this segment of Doug's Desk where we take a behind-the-scenes look what's going on at Dragon Athletics. We are fired up for this weekend. We host two of our bigger events of the year. We've got the Dragon Open, where our wrestling program hosts an invitational here in Nemzik Hall. And then over the weekend, we are also hosting the Dragon Cobber Invite for swimming and diving. Where that one becomes a little bit more special is it will be at the Holbrook Aquatic Center, which is just opening here in Fargo-Moorhead. It's got a fantastic pool, a fantastic facility. We've got a variety of teams coming in. And where it becomes so important to us, it's really the first major collegiate meet that will be hosted in the building, but it's also a chance for us to make sure we know the ins and outs of the building as we prepare to host the NSIC Swimming and Diving Championships in February. So as we head into this weekend, we've got those giant events going on. We've also got men's and women's basketball competing. They're out in Mary and Minot this weekend. Track and field is off. They don't open until next weekend at the NDSU Shelley Ellig Fieldhouse. That's what's going on in Dragon Athletics. I would encourage you to follow along at MSUMDragons.com. Hope you're having a fantastic holiday season so far.
It's time for the Dragons Live Top 5. At number 5, freshman Cole Jones pins Concordia's Jake Norrie at 125 pounds, one of 2 pins on the night for the Dragons.
And at number 4, Dragons Volleyball takes down number 4 ranked powerhouse Minnesota Duluth in 5 sets. Undoubtedly the highlight of the year for this young team, showing they can play with the nation's best.
Number 3, senior guard Tanner Kretschmann became the new career assist leader at MSUM in men's basketball, passing current assistant coach Jordan Reber, who was happy, we'll say, to hand off the game ball to Tanner. Congrats, TK.
At number 2, Josh Young finishes in 33rd place at the NCAA Cross Country National Meet, earning him All-American honors, but also makes him the first male All-American finish for MSUM Cross Country at the Division II level.
And at the number 1 spot, this hero made a half-court shot after the Moorhead Police took down the Moorhead Fire Department. Adam Jensen hits it and gets mauled by red and blue alike, while being applauded by everyone in attendance, who were fired up to get some free Buffalo Wild Wings for the effort. And those are your Dragons Live Top 5, sponsored by Valley Imports. Before we go tonight, a few quick messages about what's happening in Dragonland. First, if you're a forum subscriber, you probably got this insert in your paper last week telling you all about the Basketball Conference home opener on December 8th, which will be our Night of Champions. We will be honoring the Dragon men and women for both winning conference titles last year, and we'll be hosting all new conference championship banners for every conference title for all sports that night. You don't want to miss the Night of Champions on December 8th, starting at 6 p.m.
You can always get the best Dragons gear at shopmsumdragons.com. So go to shopmsumdragons.com and get geared up for game day.
Thanks again for joining us tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For our director, Alex Nelson, assistant Brett Keel, Alexis Kennedy, and myself, thank you for watching Dragons Live. And of course, go Dragons!